Hi, everyone. Welcome to our yoga for everybody today. Let's get started. From standing, go ahead and take your feet out wider than the hips, maybe not so wide that it's going to compromise the comfort in your hip joints, but we definitely want to get a little bit of a straddle, stretching the muscles on the insides of the thighs. From here, turn your toes forward. Let's take the arms straight out in front of us as if you're holding on to a beach ball. Inhale, bring the arms straight up and overhead. As you breathe in, reach up and out of your armpits. Exhale, lean over to the left. Leaning over, reach a little more with your right arm so that you're really able to open the right side of your body. When you're ready, bring it over to center. Take a nice big breath in, reach. Exhale, lean it over to the right. Now reach a little more with your left hand. So you're going to pull the ribs away from the hip and the waist. Inhale, bring it to center. Exhale, sweep the arms back behind you. You can lace your fingers for a nice big chest expansion or keep those hands resting on your low back. As you inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift the heart, and open the throat. Let's take in an exaggerated breath into the center of your chest. Exhale, stay in place. One more big breath in. Exhale, push your hips back. And again, you can keep those hands flat to the low back. So it could be the palm of the hand supporting that low back and pelvis, or the fingers can be laced and pressing away from the ears, pressing the hands away from your tailbone. Only coming down about halfway as we're using this to strengthen the trunk of the body, the low back and core, and also stretch your hamstrings. From here, slowly push into the inner blades of your feet and come up. Let's try that same sequence again. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, both arms come forward. Exhale, press your shoulders. Inhale, bring the arms overhead. Exhale, lean to the right this time. Reach a little bit more with your left hand. Inhale. Exhale in place. Inhale, bring it to center. Exhale, lean to the left. Reach more with the right arm. Big breath in. Exhale, inhale to center. Exhale, sweep the hands back, lacing the hands or palms resting at the low back. Roll the shoulders down and back, lift the chin, open the throat, look up towards the ceiling or at least to where the wall meets the ceiling. Breathe into the center of your chest. Exhale, soften. One more big breath. Exhale, shoulders press towards your hips, tailbone goes back, hinge from the hips, and lengthen through the crown of your head. So we're again creating strength through the trunk, the core, the low back, and at the same time, we're also stretching the hamstrings. Slowly push into the inner blades of the feet and rise on up. Easy does it. Roll the shoulders back. Let's lift our right toe and turn your right toe out to the side. Bend the left knee and push your tailbone back towards your left heel, keeping that right leg straight. There is a bit of a shift back through the hips. It's almost as if you're dipped down, but the spine stays long. From here, slowly begin to bend the right knee, straighten the left leg. When we come to this position, tuck your tailbone under and maybe even press the hips forward. Pull the navel in and up to strengthen the core. Let's extend both arms out, warrior two position. When you're ready, flip the right palm up, reach it straight up to the sky, lower your left hand, inhaling, reaching towards the sky into reverse warrior position. Keep bending that right knee, that way you get that lovely open stretch around your liver. One more big inhale. Exhale, come forward, right hand to the right thigh. Lift the left arm up, maybe first as if you're gonna wave at me, and then lift it up overhead, reaching towards the sky, holding onto 100 balloons, or reach that left arm over the left ear. So we're moving into more of a supported side angle expression. Breathe into that place under your left lung and reach overhead through that left arm. Keep pushing hard into the outer blade of your left foot while the fingertips are reaching. We're opening up the GI tract, opening up the entire left side of the body. When you're ready, push off that right leg, right palm up, right hand to the ceiling, reverse warrior again. Reaching straight up with that right arm, dropping the left shoulder away from the ear. We could look up, Looking up is very traditional for this pose. It also happens to be the most strenuous. So instead, we could look ahead or back behind us. No matter where you turn the head, keep the focus on the breath in your upper right lung and reaching with your right arm. One more big breath. Exhale, right hand to the right thigh. Left arm out, up or overhead. From here, let's straighten our right leg. Tilt the tailbone back toward your left heel. Notice if that right hand can maybe slide past the right knee, down to your right shin, finding an expression of triangle pose. Keep pressing back into that left foot and reach through that left arm. Maybe even imagine that you have a friend just sort of tugging on your left wrist to give you a little more openness through the ribs. When you're ready, let's bend that right knee, come up to warrior two. From here, we're turning the thumbs up, keeping the hips and the pelvis completely still. This is called archer's pose. We're taking our left hand down in front of the body, swiveling at the waist without turning that left hip in. Press your left hip back, press the right knee towards the right toe. Take the left arm down, swivel at the waist, attempting to reach the left fingertips in alignment with the right fingertips. Now pull that left arm back, lean back, and then reach with that right arm, shooting for the stars. One more big inhale. Exhale, relax. Let's turn our right toe in and the left toe out to the side as we begin to move into our flow. Bending the left knee, arms out. From here, we're bending the right knee, left leg straight, push the hips back, and you can keep your arms out to the side or place the hands down on the thighs to support your spine. There's an active hinge in the hips here as you're pushing back, hopefully getting a stretch into glute medius muscles. And you know, if we don't know what glute medius is, just hopefully you're stretching on the outside of that hip and those connecting tissues that go into your back. From here, let's begin to bend the left knee, straighten the right leg, pull the belly button in, tuck the tailbone down, rise up to find warrior two, arms extending out. Keeping that healthy bend in our left knee, let's turn our left hand up. Reach down with the right hand, up with the left hand. And again, we could look up. The main thing here is to keep bending the left knee. Oftentimes we can get really tight. Our bodies can get tight through the trunk of the body. The muscles can get really tight along the sides of your spine and around the intestines. So we want to keep that left knee bent. That way we can pull and open through that gut region. One more big inhale. Exhale, left hand to the left thigh. Right arm extends out as if you're waving. And then maybe experiment. Reach up, notice how the shoulder feels. And then maybe the right arm overhead. So the right arm overhead is usually going to be probably the trickiest when it comes to angled pressure in your shoulder joint. If that arm overhead is hurtful or feels painful at all, take the arm out from your shoulder joint. One more big inhale here. Exhale, inhale, come up again. Lift the left palm up, right hand down, reaching straight up with the left arm. And again, we can look up, straight ahead, or back over that right shoulder. Inhaling into the upper left lung, keeping that left knee bent. One more big inhale, reach. Exhale, taking the left hand onto the left thigh. Extending that right arm out from the shoulder, breathing in here, maybe even close the eyes, just noticing any sensations that may be revealed in that shoulder joint. If this is comfortable, the arm can always move up a little more. It can even extend over the head. From here, straightening out the left leg. Both legs are straight. The chest stays open. Press that right shoulder back and left shoulder forward. We can always slide that left hand down to the left shin. Reach the right arm straight overhead or over the ear. These are all just different variations of triangle pose. And triangle pose can be a little strenuous on that shoulder joint. So just be sure to check in with your shoulders. When you're ready, slowly bend the left knee. Let's push off that leg to find warrior two. All right, moving into archer's pose. The hips stay completely still. Push down into the inner blades of the feet. And imagine you're trying to lift your thighs and press them out towards your pinky toes. Let's turn both thumbs up. Turning the right hand down, sweep it past your hip. Push that right hip back. So the swivel is really concentrated at the waist. Right fingertips are moving towards the left fingertips. From here, pull that right arm back, drop the right shoulder, and then reach for the stars. Shoot for the stars, archer's pose. One more big breath here. Exhale, relax the whole body. Let's turn both toes forward, inch the feet in so that we can find hips width or pelvis width distance, moving into a healthy chair flow. Imagine a yoga block between your knees, pull up through the pelvic floor, inhale, reaching the arms up and overhead. Exhale, take the hands back and around, palms facing up, push the hips back and bend the knees, keeping the back flat. Let's do this a few more times. Sweep it back, inhale, stand up nice and tall. Exhale, sweep the arms around, palms up, pushing the hips back, bending the knees, spine is elongated, nice long spine. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, sweep it back and around, palms facing up, knees bend, flip back through the hips. It's okay to lower the belly towards the thigh, long as that heart stays lifted. Let's do one more. Inhale up. Exhale, circle around, really open the chest. Hips go back, lengthen through the spine, lift the heart. Remember to smile. Weight is in the heels. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, little twist over to the left, lower the arms. Look over the left shoulder. Maybe even let your right hip come forward. So we've done a lot of different expressions of twist in the past. We've done really dissected twist where we try to keep the hips completely still. This time we're allowing a little bit more mobility. So as you twist to the left, your left hip might push back, right hip comes forward, closing the eyes, noticing any sensations in the knees. So when we do this rotation through the trunk of the body, sometimes it can be stressful on the kneecaps. Inhale, come up to center with the arms. Exhale, twist over to the right. And again, you can let that twist move through the hips. As we twist to the right, your right hip is going back, left hip forward, push into the inner blades of the feet and close the eyes, noticing if our range of motion might be creating any strain on the knee joints. If you're noticing any knee pain, come out of that twist a little bit. So this is teaching us how to do things with moderation in mind. Inhale, bring the arms up. Let's flow it with the breath. One breath, one movement. Exhale, left twist. Look over the left shoulder. Inhale through center. Exhale, right twist. Start to exaggerate the breath with the flow. Big exhale from the throat. Inhale, center. Exhale. One more each side. Inhale, center. Now that we've got some healthy trunk rotation, some healthy movement in the trunk form, let's step our left foot back, one stride. Your left foot, step it back. Let's bend our right knee. Keep pushing back hard into that left foot with the right knee bent. As you exhale, take it down halfway. Pause at the halfway point. Hips are hinged, back leg is straight, front knee is bent. The hips are slightly flipped back so that your tailbone is pulling back towards the center of your heels. From here, place the hands down on that right thigh. Let's take our left fingertips, turn them towards the right. Extending the right arm, 3 big circles. Lift it up, open towards the right, circle the arm, and then bring it down. Inhale, open. Exhale down. One more big breath. Inhale, take it up. This time, circle the arm back. Let's take our right knuckles to the low back. Maybe lean down into that right leg just a little more, pressing with the left hand. Inhale, pull your shoulders up, pull up the collarbones. Press into the inner blades of the feet. Imagine that you can push the knees out towards your pinky toes. Inhaling into your right lung. Pull the right shoulder back and press the left shoulder over towards the right thigh. We're moving into a twisting triangle. So this is a very deep twist for all different connecting tissues, but especially fascia in the body. If you'd like to maybe experiment with this pose today, you could straighten your right leg. And as you do, pull that right hip back. Try to drop your left hip in towards your right thigh. So this twist is going to be spiraling from the tailbone through the navel, all the way up into your neck. Turn the head and look over the right shoulder. Option to stay here. If you're a little wobbly, I promise you're doing it right. Option to extend that right arm out from the shoulder joint. Maybe even bring it up towards the sky. Hold it here. Option to slide your left hand past the left knee onto the right shin. So left hand past the right knee onto your right shin. Big inhale. Reach with the right arm. Hold it there. This is very much a working pose with the stretch. Exhale, bend the right knee. Bring both hands around onto that right thigh. Let's give the spine support. Big inhale. Exhale from the throat. Inhale, arms come up. Warrior one position. Exhale, relax. Maybe close your eyes. Holding warrior one, we're dynamically reaching towards the sky while the shoulders press away from our ears. One more big breath. And exhale. Let's lower the hands down, stepping with our feet side by side at the width of the pelvis or the hips. Let's do that sequence on the other side. Knees are soft. Inhale, arms come up overhead. Stepping your right foot back. If you were noticing a lot of sensation in that twist last time, you could always shorten the length of that stride. A shorter stride is usually less stressful on the joints. Let's bend our left knee. Hold it right there, warrior one. When your body is ready, exhale, come halfway down. It's just like airplane pose with a split stance. So we have a warrior one foundation with airplane expression. Belly could be coming towards the thigh, heart and shoulders lift away from the thigh. Bring both hands onto the front leg. Let's turn the right fingertips towards the left. Extend your left arm out for those big circles. Inhale, open and twist towards the left, circling the arm around, keeping an active bend in that left knee. Match the breath to the movement. Open, inhale. Exhale down. Now just one more circle. This time our left hand is going to our low back. From here, pull that left shoulder back. Press the right shoulder over that left leg. Keep bending the left knee. There will always be opportunity to straighten that leg in just a moment. Inhale, roll it back a little more. Option to keep the hand exactly where it is, or maybe slide the hand down towards the knee. Straightening the left leg. There's no pressure on the kneecap. Pass that knee joint and rest the right hand on the left shin. Inhaling, pulling that left shoulder back, pressing the right shoulder over that left knee. Option to stay right here, or maybe extend the arm back. Maybe bring it straight up towards the sky. We are in a twisting triangle pose. This posture has so much to offer the body in ways of strength and flexibility. Let that right hip drop in towards your left knee. Inhale, press your right arm, your left arm back, and keep pushing your right hand into the left shin. When you're ready, slowly come to center, bending the front knee. Walk the hands onto the left thigh. Support the body here. Inhale, both arms come overhead. Holding warrior one. Let's stabilize blood pressure for a moment. Bend the left knee, straighten the right leg. Maybe just close the eyes for the next 3 easy breaths. Breathe in through the nose and out from the throat. 2 more. 1 more. Reach up, big breath in. And exhale. Lower the hands down. Let's step with our toes touching and the heels having a little space between. Bring your hands onto your hips or onto the waist. Let's practice a very traditional posture for balance. I would consider this to be not necessarily a beginner pose, but a foundation pose. A lot of postures that are taught in beginners classes, sometimes we brush them away after we've been practicing for years, but these poses are foundation poses. They're postures that are the building blocks for the nervous system. So let's do tree. From here, shift your weight over into your left or right foot, whichever leg is wanting to be that pillar of support for you. Let your weight bear down into that leg and foot. Lift the heel of your other leg while bending the knee, and then swivel that knee out to the side. We can start by resting our heel of that bent knee on the inside of our straight leg. So this is the beginning of tree. I would call this even maybe a sapling. We do not have to lift one foot off the floor for this. You may already feel a little wobbly. That's part of tree pose. I suggest bringing the hands out, maybe even turning the palms up, and now just try closing your eyes. As soon as we close the eyes, we might notice that the body gets a little shaky, a little wobbly. Notice if you're resisting the body being pulled in any direction. And what happens if you just sort of lean into any sensation that you feel pulled towards by the body. Over time, your body might start to circle a little bit as you go with the flow. We're holding it here, maybe just 2 more breaths. When it feels right, we'll lower our arms down. Step both feet down to the floor, maybe shake out the legs. As we go into the other side, let's begin with toes touching. Shifting our weight down into our single pillar of strength. Knees are soft. Let's lift our opposite heel and swivel the knee to the side, resting the foot of that bent leg, resting the heel into the inside of the straight leg. Hands might stay at the waist, or they can come out to the side, palms down, thumbs up, palms up. Palms up usually is going to give you the most open energy in your chest, hopefully improving posture. Now we can close the eyes, looking down, closing the eyes, just breathing easy. Let's take at least 2 or 3 breaths here. Again, notice when your body is resisting, notice when you get rigid, and what happens if you lean into those little pools of energy. What happens if you go with the flow? You might notice that the body starts to almost do like a little ellipse or a little circle movement. Just 1 more easy breath here. When you're ready, relax your hands, shake off the legs, come to any neutral position. Inhale, bring the arms overhead. Exhale, bring them down to your heart. Let's do 2 more like that. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale to the heart. 1 more. We're almost done, almost done. Hands to the heart. Take your hands together, 1 big clap, and now rub the hands vigorously until you feel heat. I know, we're probably all feeling heat already. It's been 106 to 109 in the Dallas Metroplex, but generate some heat with friction in the palm of your hands. This is a quick pick-me-up movement that I suggest in the afternoons if you start to hit that afternoon wall. All right, now what you're gonna do is close your eyes. Now cup your hands over your eyes, and as you inhale, absorb the warmth of your hands. Exhale from the throat. At least 1 or 2 more. When you're ready, we can bring the hands together, traditional closing gesture. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today in our Yoga for Everybody. See you all soon. Have a great afternoon.